Welcome to the episode, Jay Leno's Garage. Now, if you've been to this website before, you probably saw the piece we did on the Royal Enfield motorcycles. I love this thing. I have more fun with it. Well, now they also make sidecars too, or they work with a company that makes sidecars. You know, and I put this sidecar on this thing. It is so much fun. You know, let's face it, you're not going to blow off the Japanese guys and their Suzukis and Hayabusas. But if you just like to have an authentic Royal Enfield motorcycle, this is still Royal Enfield going back to the 30s. They're now manufactured in India, but it's still the Royal Enfield company, which makes it kind of cool. And the great selling point to these bikes is they have that classic British look that everybody seems to want, everybody seems to like. And the nice thing is they have electric start and they are oil tight. I've had absolutely no problem with this thing. Is it the fastest bike in the world? No, but it's so much fun, and whenever I go someplace with it, people come up and comment on it, and people love to ride in this sidecar. You know, most people have never been in a sidecar, and it's such an unusual experience. And for like when I have to go shopping and stuff, I don't feel like taking the car, I throw all the groceries in this thing and I have a little bit of fun with it. So let's meet Ron Greene. He's the vice president of Royal Enfield USA, or Royal Enfield America. Ron, come on in.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Good, good. I'm having a good time with my bike.
That's great.
Tell us about these. You got a couple of different models here. This looks like a version of the classic Stibe German type sidecar, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Styled after. Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, the Indians really do a great job. Wonderful craftsmen. All these tanks are hand painted. It's just kind of old school workmanship upgraded to the modern era.
Yeah, when we talk about the pinstripes, it's actually two brothers in India that do the pinstriping.
Two brothers do all the pinstriping.
Yeah.
And I took one of these sidecars and I put it on my 1931 Henderson KJ, and we distressed it. We antiqued it a little bit to make it look like a period sidecar. Oh, here it is, here it is. And that thing worked out great. So, so tell us about this, how we go about getting them, how does it work? Can I put them on any existing
Sure.
bike that
Royal
I have?
Enfield USA is the distributor for the Cozy sidecar. It comes in two different models. It comes in what's called the Euro model, which is this model right here. And then it comes in what we call the Rocket. And this seems to be the most popular.
Yeah, this bullet shape people seem to like.
The sidecar is very, very functional in that if you have a Royal Enfield like yourself, it mounts right on.
Yeah.
If you would like to mount it on another type of bike, we have a universal mounting kit.
Yeah, the fun thing about the sidecar is it takes the pressure off of having a fast motorcycle, you know. You don't feel like you have to, hey guys, I got the sidecar, I'm sorry, you know, that kind of deal. And the thing is, I could just load it with stuff. You know, I find myself when I go to work at the studio, I don't really take my motorcycle as much as I used to because I got iPhones and I got an iPad and I got all this stuff and I put it in a backpack and it's kind of heavy. So it's just kind of a pain. Whereas this, it's great. I can load it up. I can put groceries in it. I can carry books in it. If you've never driven a sidecar, it's a whole different world. You take some reorientation to get used to it, and people love riding in the sidecar. They feel like they're in a canoe going down the highway at 70 miles an hour. And the engine handles it fine. I mean, you don't have to change gear ratios or anything. Has this one got the brake? This one doesn't have a brake on the sidecar.
No, this one, this model here has the brake.
Yeah, this model has a brake on the sidecar as well. Although, you know, with the disc brakes, it actually stops pretty good.
Both of the sidecars have the capability of having a little rain hood.
Yeah.
So you can have a rain hood on there, and if you have your...
you know, if it's raining, I'm taking the car. But yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah, yeah. But the nice thing is, with this model that I put on the Henderson has no brakes of its own. So the sidecar brake actually works out terrific. I've integrated it into the foot pedal of the Henderson. So
that's good.
Now it stops better with the sidecar than it ever stopped before by itself. And of course, you have the carrying capability of a car. Actually, I can carry more in this than my Ford GT. There's no room. You can't carry anything in that. There's no trunk. There's nothing in it. And you see with your key, you've got a locking compartment here. You can put a helmet or something back there. So it's great fun. And there's, as you see, mine has a tonneau cover. We made a tonneau cover for it.
I think the thing about the sidecar that's important for people to know is you ride a motorcycle and you drive a sidecar.
Yeah, it's totally different. And you've got a little bit of suspension here as well. See, you've got these big rubber bands here that kind of cushion the ride a little bit. And where is this built? right near the police station. I think it's time to take it for a ride. I love these Enfields because they have that classic British feel and sound. Plus, there's kind of the psychological effect of knowing you're not going to tip over or fall over. One thing you have to remember with the sidecar is you can't split lanes. You don't want to forget that it's there. And you got to be a little tricky on corners. First time you ride a sidecar, usually, or drive a sidecar, you wind up in the hedges when you make a turn because, so you kind of get used to that. And you don't have to put your feet down when you come to a stoplight. If you got somebody in your family that's scared of motorcycles, this is a good way to break them in. Put them in the sidecar, they get kind of a feel for it. And you're outside, got the wind in your face, that whole deal. Sometimes you ride with the sidecar and you forget it's there and bang, you bump into somebody. Yeah, I've done that. You always feel like you're racing a canoe. You lift that wheel and U-turns are no problem. As you can see, these things are a lot of fun. And if you get really good, you can get it like that, but then the cops don't like that. But that's why it's nice to carry a passenger. So, hey, if you've never been in a sidecar, get a ride in one sometime. You think you get a kick out of it. If you got an extra bike around, stick a sidecar on it. I think you'll enjoy it. See you next week.